Hello friends, welcome to my channel Sushant Chesswise. Today we are going to look at the next concept, that is the shouldering. So we discussed about this concept when doing the study position by Grigoriev. So this is another concept, very important concept, very useful when the pawns are on the same file and whenever there is no gap between the pawns. So what we discussed last time during the Grigoriev position, that if the king is trying to reach to a particular square, for example here king wants to capture the pawn on a7, so it has several paths. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the straight line takes 5 moves. It can go diagonally. See here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same square via different path in same number of moves. Let's look at one more path. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So that is also taking 5 moves. So here the concept of shoulder charging or shouldering is that we will bring our king in such a way so that the opponent king is not able to get the opposition or the opponent king is not able to protect his own pawn. So let's see what white plays here. So white can do first move ke7, ke8 and ke6. 3 moves are possible, out of which only one is correct. Let's see, ke6 is the winning move. So this is white to play and win. So ke6, kc3. Now kd6 gives away the advantage, kd6 blunder, because black manages the opposition. Not only that, he is going to come from the side and see he is going to get the opposition in future also. Now after kc6, the only way to draw the game is the move ke5. Coming from behind never helps. So he changes the path and comes from the side. So now king moves to b7, kd6, and after king a7, the king reaches c7. This we have discussed while discussing the king and pawn versus king, the case of rook pawn. So you can check in my earlier videos about this lesson. Okay. And now we know that the position is drawn because after king a8, black has two ways. He can just do kc8, kc7, repeat, or else even stronger kb6, forcing a7 and kc7, and black stalemates the white king which is in the corner. So the game becomes drawn. So after ke6, kc3, white has to play the move kd5. All other moves will allow the king to go to d4 and come from the side. So this is the concept of shouldering. The opponent's king's path is cut away by getting our king closer to it first, and then the king changes its route. So now once it comes till here, blocking the opponent king, and suddenly this king will now change its route. So if the king comes from behind, it never works. Let's see, king goes to c6, now king a5, kb7, kb5, ka7. Looks like the similar position but one move short. With king on c6, king b8, kb6 and a7, and coming from behind doesn't help. Let's see whether coming from side is possible. Black can try the move kd3 now. Again he is trying to come from the side. But let's see, kc6, and we noted that here the king should have been on e5 or e6 or e7. These are the only places to take the king to c7. Now see, black is one move short again. kd4, kb7, kd5, ka7, kc6, and the same position is reached as before. King goes to b8, kb6 and a7. So this is a very important position and very important concept which can be very useful in king and pawn endgames. Then we are going to see another position where the pawns are not so closely connected to each other. If the pawns are away from each other, then drawing chances are very high. So let's look at one more case. Look at the next position here. We see a very similar case. This time the black king is closer to the pawn, and the only difference we can see is the pawns are not closely blocked by each other. So there is lot of gap between them. So what happens? Whenever there is lot of gap, the opponent's king, here the white king might get some time to get near to the king or to the pawn or get the opposition from the side. One of these things may happen. Okay, let's see what happened in the game. It is black to play, but in spite of it being black to play, white is able to hold the game. Let's see. First we will try if the black king can grab the pawn. So kb4, kd7, ka3, kc6, and now we see after ka2, kb6 the pawn is taken very easily. So black can try the move a5, kb5, a4. We will always keep the pawn on a4 attacked, and whenever king takes a2, the white king will take the pawn on a4. So at the most black can do is kb2, but after kb2, ka4 he will have to do king into a2 and the position is drawn. So ka2, ka4 and the game is drawn. So the white king just managed on time because the pawn was not close to the opponent's pawn. So when the king captures the pawn on a6 was not getting support by the king. Okay, let's look at the main line now. In the game now, black played the move a5. This is a far better try because black will first push the pawn till a3, reduce the gap, and then get his king to the a2 pawn. And now it looks like a tedious task for the white king to come on this side of the board. We already know that when the king takes a2, the white king has to be on c2 or c3 depending on where the black pawn is. Okay, let's see now. White goes ke7, first move, kd7 is also fine, but the king has to come from the side. Do note that we don't have to go behind. Going behind will make the position losing. So now a4, and now the good move ke6. Absolutely necessary to come to the square e5. If king tries to come to c3, then ke5, kb2, kd4 only move, because after ka2, the only drawing move is kc3. So when the king is on a2 and pawn on a4, this position can lead to draw. It's not necessary to have the king on c2. So with ka2, pawn a4, kc3 can also draw the game. Now see, if king moves, then kb4, pawn is lost, so forced to play a3 and kc2. Now we know that white king will just keep on moving to c1 and c2. And of course, if we know the technique, kb3 forcing the pawn and creating a stalemate on black king, we can do that also. So finally here we have the move a3. Instead of kc3, he can play the move a3. So to a3 also, king comes to e5, kc3, ke4 only move, because to kb2 we need the move kd3, and after king takes a2, king c2, and the position is again drawn. We know the technique again, ka1 then kb3. Do note that after ka1 we can of course do kc1, a2 and kc2. This is also a very simple way to draw. We need not go near the pawn and take unnecessary risk. So this was all about shouldering. I hope you are enjoying these lessons. Do like, share and subscribe the channel. Thanks for your time.